mounted up, and I got the camera set to wide angle at 720. And today we're on our way to the hobby shop. I got to pick up some fuel line for my blow engines, and I need to make a stop into Harbor Freight also. What's nice is Harbor Freight is just down the street from the hobby shops. Makes that real convenient. Now, I started the video about halfway into the trip because I didn't think anybody would want to sit through 35 minutes of me just driving and rambling on. But anyway, so yeah, nice sunny day. It's January 2nd, 2016. And hopefully we'll make a good truck vlog out of this. Might be the first one. Traffic's a little heavy, as you can see. Again, I've got the camera on wide angle, which is the first time I've used that. First time I've set it on wide angle. Looks pretty interesting. Right, gotta make a left here, or make a right, I should say. There we go. So yeah, January 1st was yesterday, and that's always the day that we have our num-thumbs fly in at the flying club. And so I have my stuff to 2 planes, and day ended up being a disaster for me. But there is a silver lining, and I'll get to that in a second. So anyway, I got my planes loaded in the back of the truck. I do not have a tonneau cover right now, so I have to transport my planes and stuff in open pickup bed. So I strapped everything down, 2 planes, field box, strapped everything down. I get about a mile from the house, and I noticed in my rear view mirror that one of my airplanes, the tail is in the air, and the wind is basically tearing the airplane to shreds. So pretty much destroyed one of my airplanes in the back of my truck. Yeah. Oh, here's another thing. I thought I was filming this trip. So I grabbed the GoPro camera, headed to the back of the truck to survey the damage. And it turns out later on that I didn't even have the memory card in the camera. So I didn't get footage of that. So anyway, I get to the flying field, everybody's having a good time and all that. I get my big stick together. I get that plane fueled up. As soon as I get the plane fueled up, I notice fuel dripping out of the damn nose gear. So, yep, you're right. It turns out that I have a fuel tank problem, and I pretty much pumped the tank compartment full of fuel. I had to deal with it. So I never got a flight in. I'm really disappointed that I didn't get my GoPro camera into the air, because I was hoping to get my first flights with the GoPro yesterday, and turns out that didn't happen. Now, this is extremely rare. Now, I usually never have any problems with my nitro planes. I just don't, because I'm an experienced modeler, and I know how to set up the engines and tune them and set up the airplanes. You know, I'm pretty much an expert at it by now after 16 years or so. So I rarely have any issues. And the type issues that electric flyers, you know, say that, well, that's why I don't fly those, because of blah, blah, blah. Well, I usually don't have those problems, but yesterday I sure as hell did. Anyway, yeah, I was a little disappointed I didn't get the camera in the air. But the silver lining is this. I met up with a guy that was wanting to sell me his 8U. Now, the 8U is one of my favorite Futaba radios that's no longer made. And I've been wanting one for years. And in my early days in the hobby, I couldn't afford it, because at the time that radio was over $300 at the time. I think it was like $340 for the 8U at the time. So I never got one, and I just moved on to other things. So anyway, I met up with the guy that wanted to sell me. We discussed it for quite a while. selling me that radio. So finally, he brought the radio with him and all the extra stuff he was selling with it to me, I should say. I can't speak today. So I got the radio, I got the 8U. I'm probably going to do a video on it. And I got like 13 receivers for it, so I'm pretty stoked about that. So that was my story for Numb Thumbs 2016. Anyway, something that's really been bothering me lately is this whole FAA drone registration thing. It's really got to my nerves. I try not to let it bother me too much. But the whole thing is just fucking stupid. And I don't know. You know, it's in my opinion, the whole thing is a power grab by the FAA. That's really all it is. I don't know. The thing about it is the AMA has advised its members to hold off on registration because the deadline, if you are already in the hobby, your registration deadline is like February 21st or something like that. Well, the AMA has advised members to wait to see what's going on. So hopefully some lawsuits get filed and they can get an injunction on that, because the FAA is essentially in direct contempt of Congress, because Congress passed a law in 2012 that the FAA could not regulate model airplanes, but they went and done it anyway. And there's the issue. Let me tell you, I really don't want my name on the government database if I can help it. And I also do not want to give the government my credit card information. That's not going to happen either. So we'll see how this whole thing pans out. Hopefully AMA can do something. But from what I hear, a lot of people are already registering. So I don't know. The registration program may be here to stay. Here's the thing. I don't fly drones. I fly model airplanes. And I think there's a difference. And another thing that gets me too is, for a while, a lot of people in the hobbies tried to resist using the word drone. And I guess that cow left the pasture long ago, because everyone's using the word drone now. I'm not comfortable with using the word drone. And now the word drone is pretty well accepted now by everybody, which it shouldn't be. Because to me, drone means an unmanned aircraft used by the military to blow up people overseas. To me, that's what a drone really is. Anyway, reaching the hobby shop here in Destinated. So we're pulling into Scale Reproductions Hobby Shop, Louisville, Kentucky. It's a great shop. We are here, so calling this one done for now. Goodbye.